Hey, howdy, hey, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. For tonight's video, I'm going to be reviewing Drag Race Holland episode 4. So if that sounds good to you, make sure to like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this video with your friends and whoever you want. And yeah, let's get this video started. Zoop! Alright, so first things first, the queens are backstage, and there's some drama going on between Abby, oh my god, and Sarah Jean. And they're having this drama because Abby came back and, like, flipped off her hand towards the rest of the contestants, like, oh, whatever, after lip syncing. And Sarah Jean called her out on that. And then there was a whole thing where Abby was calling Sarah Jean fake. And then suddenly it was all better when they walked into the workroom. I'm not quite sure how that worked out, but whatever. So yeah, they're back in the workroom after that. They seem like they're fine. And the queens read the message from Megan, and then they erase the message, and it's gone. So the queens are talking to each other and sort of just doing whatever, and then they de-drag. And that's the end of that. And then it's the next day. They're coming back into the workroom. And then there's some drama and whatever. Then the room message appears. And then there's the mini challenge of the reading challenge. They bring back the reading challenge because reading is what? Fundamental. Anyways. So the reading challenge was fun. There's a bunch of reads from other queens at each other. Madam Madness kind of didn't do great in it. But there were some highlights. I thought Sarah Jean was great. I thought Janie I thought was really good, and so was Mama Queen, obviously. And then the winners were Mama Queen and Sarah Jean. So they picked their teams for the main challenge, which was a voguing challenge. It wasn't just a dance challenge, it was a voguing challenge. And so the teams become Mama Queen, Chelsea Boy, and Abby Oh My God. And then the other team is Sarah Jean, Janie Jacquet, Envy Peru, and then Madam Madness is of course being picked last again. And Madam Madness gets to pick her own team, and she ends up joining up with Sarah Jean, Envy Peru, and Janie Jacquet. So it's the 4 of them and the 3 of them. And then they go off and sort of prepare for the dancing, and then they have to go out and do voguing practice with the guest judge. And I thought there were some cool moments with the obviously the duck walking. I thought that was fun. A lot of the queens, Abby was a bit of a mess, but she got it together. Sarah Jean had a bit of a hard time as well, and Madam Madness just didn't have very much rhythm, unfortunately. But I think she was able to pull it together in the end, and they all do that. Then they record the video, but they don't show it to you, obviously. And then they come back it's the next day, which is Elimination Day, and all the queens are getting ready to go on the runway. And there's all the queens have different confessional things. There's some conversations going on between Sarah Jean and Janie. There's a conversation between Chelsea, and Envy. And then at one point, Sarah Jean ends up having some medical issues and almost faints. But she's able to recover, I guess, and go on the runway. So anyways, that was that on the workroom stuff. And then it's the runway, my favorite part of the episode, really. There were some highlights, some really good runways in my opinion. For me, one of the highlights was Envy Peru's runway. I'm going to put a picture over here. It was just a gag. When she walked out, I was like, oh my god, she looks gorgeous. Envy Peru is obviously gorgeous. Chelsea Boy looked really good too. Obviously I'm going to also put her picture over here. I thought it was a really cool concept. It was different. I really appreciated that. Abby was a bit of a low light for me. I felt like it was just kind of basic. I don't know. It felt like it was just another basic look like it was last week. So I was kind of hoping for her to step it up a little bit. Another moment that I didn't bring up was Madame Madness shaving her beard. That didn't really... I understood she doesn't want to be put into one box, but also I felt like it... I don't want to say it was part of her drag, but it was. I mean, it was part of how she identifies with her drag. And I felt like shaving the beard didn't really make sense to me, and it was kind of like, okay, I get it. You're trying to do something different. You're trying to show to the judges that you can change it up, do things differently. I get it, but I was kind of like, whatever. Anyways, so Madame Madness's runway was okay, wasn't great. Putting picture up here as well. Another runway I thought was, that was pretty good was, JakeyonceTV's, putting hers here. It did seem like a little bit less put together version of Envy's, just because they both sort of went with a similar concept, and Envy was super polished, which made Janie look not as polished, obviously. So Janie, and she skipped by. Another runway I wanted to point out actually was Sutter Jean. I thought that was super fun. The cart with the baby and then the baby peeing on her I thought was funny. I love the red, the sparkly red and all that. It was gorgeous. And yeah, that's about it for the runway. Then the queens are asked to who they think should have to lip sync. And everyone except for Abby says Madame Madness and Abby. Even Envy Prue, Abby's sister, says Abby needs to lip sync, which was, of course, a gag in itself as well. And then the lip sync, of course, Abby said Madame and Sutter Jean. And then all the queens went back to the workroom. I think Envy and Abby made up, but it wasn't 100% of makeup. Because they are sisters, Abby was very taken aback by that. By Envy saying that Abby should have to lip sync. But they all sort of make up. And then Madame Madness even said herself that she should lip sync. Which I thought was honestly, really, actually kind of nice. Because, like, she's self-aware enough that she doesn't think she did well enough in the challenge to not have to lip sync. So I appreciate that. She was self-aware and, like, owned up to it a little bit, you know? Anyways, so now the queens get back to stage after the judges have their whole kiki whatever. And the queens get back to the stage. And first, Chelsea Boy's safe. And then Envy Prue is the winner of the week, which I 100% agree with. And then Janie is safe. Sutter Jean is safe. And then it's the bottom three are Madame Madness, Mama Queen, and Abby, oh my god. And then Fred says, why am I saying Frank? Fred says that the first Mama Queen has to lip sync. And then he says Madame Madness has to lip sync. And then Abby's still there. And they're like, what is going on? And then he says, Abby, you also have to lip sync. So it's a three-way lip sync to stay. And two people stay, but one person is going to end up going. So then they end up doing the lip sync to Dance With Somebody by Whitney Houston. It was a nice lip sync. Of course, Abby was doing her tricks as she usually does. Madame Madness kind of felt like she was getting lost a little bit to me. I understood she was going for like a more emotional approach to the song, which I appreciate, but I think she could have done that differently. Anyways, and then Mama Queen does a split at the end of the song where she, because Mama Queen is so tall, she takes up like so much of the stage and it's just a gag. Anyways, in the end, Mama Queen is safe and so is Abby, and unfortunately that means Madame Madness is going home this week. I mean, I kind of saw this coming just with the way that they've been using her story arc a little bit. She kept getting in the bottom. It was about her time. I mean, it was the same thing as Megan last week, because Megan had kept being put in the bottom. It was her time to go. So unfortunately, that means Madame Madness is gone. There are 6 queens remaining. And yeah, Madame Madness has a cute moment where she talks about drag not being tied to one gender, not being tied to sexuality, not being tied to anything. Drag is just art to her, which I really, really resonate with. I think that we need to sort of separate drag from gender and drag from all that. I think drag really is just art. It's everyone's own personal interpretation of their art. And I think that's something that should be more of the popular view on drag. So that's just me on that. Anyways, so yeah, Madame Madness is gone. Next week is Snatch Game, and I called it. I'm just saying, if you saw my video earlier today, if you haven't checked it out, check it out. But I did call that this next week's episode would be the Snatch Game, so I'm very excited. It seems like someone is doing Joe Exotic from Tiger King, which I think will be great. I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see who else is doing what in Snatch Game. I'm excited to meet some new characters, some new people. And yeah, I think it'll be a fun episode. I'm excited for it. This episode was fun. It wasn't my favorite. I'm not a huge fan of the dancing challenges in general. I usually appreciate more of the comedy or acting challenges, or the runway challenges. Those are always fun. Anyways, so yeah, that's about it. I do appreciate that this episode was more voguing centric, which I think is something that Drag Race in the US could do more of a appreciation for. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Let me know what you think down below. But yeah, that's about it. Make sure to like this video if you liked it. Comment down below what you thought of this episode. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share this video with your friends, your neighbors, whoever you want to share with on your Facebook, your Twitter, whatever you want to share it on. Share it, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.